Hello everyone and welcome to another hour of torture. I am your host, StalinM10 as usual for the everyday Minecraft quest. Ah, there's the music. Very nice. Hello everyone. Another day of Minecraft today, as usual, except on Saturdays and Tuesdays. Sorry, by the way, for being late this time. 6 o'clock is when my dad gets home, and my cat's been having some issues recently, so I just wanted to sit with her until he got home to look after her. So, sorry for being late, but I won't go into detail about what happened. It's a bit gross. Poor kitty. Oh well. She's a bit old. Can't blame her for anything. Oh, it'd be like blaming a snake for not having arms. Which, you know, just jerks for not doing that. Anyway, today I believe we were working on the minecart system for the villager farm, but I think a more pressing matter might be getting iron. I'm not sure which I'd rather do. I think iron is a bit more of a pressing issue. But I really wanted to get that marketplace finished. Yeah, we'll go for the iron. We have a diamond pickaxe now, we might as well use it. If I go, I should probably take some more wood. And a little more wood after that, because I like the stuff. There we go. Time for adventure. Actually, let's breed the pigs first, so we can have little baby pigs when we get back. Get off my bridge! Let's actually check to make sure the stream isn't glitching too bad on YouTube, and does not appear so. Very good. I was kind of worried this time. Internet has been acting up recently. Carrots. You know, the sad thing is I built this farm and I've never used it. Like, I've used it once and then just forgotten about it. Really, one farming is all we really need to get more of the... So many carrots. So many carrots. Hello, 2 raven tails. Sorry for being late today, by the way. Just a tad, but, you know, I usually like to be punctual. Unless it's an emergency. Which it wasn't technically this time. But whatever. Oh, thank God that laugh is finally going away. It's much more silent now anyway. That dumb laugh is, I've gotten it to be more silent. Apparently, it seems to be an instinct with me to just exhale slightly. That's a huge carrot farm. It's more than any man should ever need. Oh, but maybe we'll get one of those farmer villagers, sorry, that trades carrots for emeralds. That could be good. That would actually make a use for the farm, being that big. Oh. Because Red is always late. Red's usually pretty good about not being late. He was 15 minutes late for the last stream, but... Oh, the laugh. Trust me, when it's gone, you'll see a new me, Ravenpaw. Your eyes will have opened to a new dawn without the horrible cancer laugh. You don't know what you're missing, trust me. That's what I'm saying. Also, you know something funny? I was watching the last stream, Ravenpaw. I turned on captions, and when I was typing stuff in the chat, YouTube seemed to think that it was applause. Like, it literally said in brackets, applause. I thought that was funny. I suppose the keyboard does sound a bit like people clapping. Just a bit. No, didn't make the jump. Oh my goodness. I had a 100 question Spanish exam today, Ravenpaw. 100 questions. Sorry about that. Anyway, it took around an hour, maybe a little more. I haven't submitted it yet because, as you know, I do the online school thing, so I'm going to check all my answers tomorrow. But, so it's going to take more than an hour, essentially. But, I'm sorry, I got so distracted. My dad came in the room. I don't really know where I was going with that now. Anyway, the good thing about those exams on the internet, and this only goes for some of them, but in some cases, you can answer 25 questions, for example, and save the rest for another time. It's not like a school test where you have to answer them all immediately. In some cases, you can actually just like do 25 questions, and then save the rest for later, if you want to just like take a break or something. Not nice my Christian Minecraft stream. It's not bullying. Well, yeah, I guess he is a minority, so it would be bullying. In fact, might even be racist. I don't know. The lag? Who knows? Getting lag. Oh shoot, you are. Uh-oh. Let me see what I can do about that. 1 second. Boop. Is it any... Oh, it doesn't seem to be better. Back there. There. That should stop it from loading. I want to do internet school now. It's a very good thing, internet school. It's good for your health, I should say. And keep in mind, that's only in some cases, and in most of these big, like, 100-question exams, they only allowed you to, that you have to take the whole thing at one time. But I'm already grounded. The Earth has a gravitational pull. In fact, there's not a moment I'm alive where I'm not grounded. But if I wasn't grounded, oh, golly, would I have fun. Until I, you know, push against the ground at all and go flying off into space. But, you know, before that time, if I was just like in a house when I become ungrounded, that would be awesome. That should be our topic, actually. What would you do if you were not affected by gravity? Would you just float around? Better yet, if you weren't affected by gravity and could use the force. Now that is a question. I think the first thing that I would do, it's a toughie. Well, if I could use the force, then I would definitely be playing, you know, instantly, just playing pranks on everyone I know from across the country. You know, moving stuff, tipping over water bottles, clicking their mouse when they don't want it clicking. That would actually be pretty annoying. Pressing random keys on their keyboard while they're typing an essay. That sort of stuff. Come back for the last message. I'll give it to you. Oh yes, the last topic we were talking about, where your name came from. Is that what you're talking about? Or did I just pull it out of nowhere? Oh, we're in a birch forest. Play a kazoo? Hey man, that would be pretty cool. Playing a guitar while floating in midair? That would be awesome. Maybe not a kazoo. A kazoo, that would... I don't know why it wouldn't be as awesome as a guitar. They're two musical instruments, but well, maybe it would be. Maybe my judgment is flawed. I still think the guitar would be better. Just personally. That's just my opinion there. You just pulled that topic out of nowhere. No, last stream you said to remind you that we were going to talk about how your name originated. I promise you that. You said it yourself. Remind me to do that next stream, you said. I was like, oh, probably not. I have a horrible memory. That might be another thing we both share in common. Share in common, my God. Oh, I was here once before. Had to do it. Oh yeah, there were caves. Oh, I must have missed these caves then. Wow. Hello to Mohammed. If you could tell me a shorter name. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. Just cut myself off there. This is a lot of zombies. This is no average amount of zombies. I am happy I bought this diamond sword. But if you could tell me a way to pronounce your name, that wouldn't take 5 years. Or if you'd just like me to call you by that, feel free. Well, fair warning though, if you ask me to call you by that, then it's gonna take some time. To, you know, address you and stuff. Anyway, welcome to the stream. Write my name. Okay, sit down, children. Okay. Mohammed Al-Haza. Very well then. Welcome to the stream, Mohammed Al-Haza. Would that be Haza? Hey, I don't want to seem insulting in any way, so. I like this diamond sword very much. Let me guess, Ravenpaw, it was a dark and stormy night. Is that how it started? That's how the story starts, eh? Either that or Once Upon a Time. It's just gonna be my two guesses. That was a bad jump. Ah! Here we go. On the hunt for iron. Hey, we got some. It's this series that I read called Warrior Cats. Oh, I've heard of Warriors. Would recommend it. Well, I thought about reading it, but I read the Harry Potter books recently. By recently, I mean about a year ago. Maybe it is time to take up another book. That would be a good suggestion. Thank you for suggesting it. Character named Ravenpaw. Was and always will be my personal favorite. Very interesting. I'll look out for him then. Him or her. Oh, I should not have walked forward. Pro tip, guys, never walk forward when bomb is going off. That just always seems like a bad idea. Unless you're facing away from the bomb. But then again, you know, if that were the case, how would you know it's a bomb? Very interesting. Is Ravenpaw the character in your YouTube icon? Or is that a different character from the Warrior series? Normal, hard, or hard difficult? This is actually on normal mode, and I just want to check that again because every time I jump into these games and I see just an army of monsters standing outside of my house, I always say to myself, you know, normal has to be harder than hard. There is no way that hard could spawn more monsters than this because it would just be an overwhelming force. And this isn't, this is just a normal vanilla world. All the normal settings and everything, it's not even amplified, so. No complaints there, Ravenpaw. It is a good name. And this is a bit off topic, but ever since I started writing my books, I've always, and I mean always, had a trouble with coming up with names for my characters. My proudest one is the Kindle Flames, and I just basically got that from combining words together until I found something cool. Every other name is either just, you know, a standard name that you would see anywhere, or it's a name like the Kindle Flames, which is just two words combined together. Maple Shade. Interesting. I'll note, he or she does not look too happy with life at the moment the picture was taken. Is that her character, or is that just a situational thing? This is going to be a lot of torches. That's a lot of torches. I hope this cave is big. Ooh. Ravenpaw and Maple Shade have their own books, so you can look them up. They're called Ravenpaw's Farewell and Maple Shade's Vengeance. Wow. How many books are in the Warrior series combined? I have actually watched a few of Tennille Flowers' videos because I saw her on your channel. And I was very interested because it seemed like the series had a lot of depth to it. Many levels, that is. And I have been looking for some new books to read ever since I finished the Harry Potter series. I absolutely loved J.K. Rowling's work. Be careful from skeletons. Yes, trust me, if this was on hard, skeletons would do a lot more damage. They would be a lot more painful. It's funny, Mohammed, my friends actually did a series before this one. Well, obviously it was before this one, this was live streamed, but, where they basically just adventured in an amplified world. It was on hard, of course. Now, every other monster in that world was perfectly fine. They could fight creepers, zombies, spiders. It was all okay, decently anyway. But whenever they came across a skeleton, just one skeleton, mind you, it could easily kill 3 of them because they never really knew, they were kind of new to 1.9 PvP, where you have to hit once, stop for a bit, and hit again. They just kept spam clicking on the skeleton with like axes and stuff. They could not defeat it for the life of them, and it did cost their lives many times. It was hilarious. I was not with them at the time because I was playing Game Master. Game Master. 60 books? That's impressive. Who's the author of these books, by the way? Or does it like, is it something more like the Oh, what was it called? There was another series about, like, animals, but I can't remember. It was made by multiple authors. All the different parts of this one series were made by many different authors. So it was like more of a community project than anything else. I thought it was very interesting. I wish I could remember the name of it. I read it so long ago. Maple Shade in my profile is just her character. I guess she is a villain character. Oh, a villain. Interesting. Hope that's not a spoiler. But yes, Muhammad, don't worry, I understand what skeletons can do. Evil creatures they are. Evil creatures. I know I'm passing a lot of ores here, by the way. I just want to explore as far as I can so no monsters sneak up on me. I've had my fair share of that happening. It's annoying every time. Oh my! Okay, it looks like we found a dungeon, guys. It's been a while since we've seen one of these. Let's be smart about it. Aaron Hunter. Oh yes, Aaron Hunter. Vicky Holmes and Harper Collin. Interesting. That's very cool. Are you tame? Oh god. Well, now I won't find out. I'm a hole. I'm in a hole. My predictions were correct, guys. All the talking yesterday and yesterday again has killed my voice. Going to be called Maple Shade Tales. That is a fun fact. I, you know, don't mind me saying, but I do like Ravenpaw more. That is a horrible book. Try to remember this spawner is here. Doubt I will, but who knows? Maybe I might. Might just at that. Maybe Ravenpaw more. It's a more complex name, I'd say. Maple Shade seems a bit, not bland, I wouldn't say. It's kind of... It's funny how some words can have different tones. For instance, and I think that's all about connotation. Connotation is what I'm speaking of here. But Ravenpaw, the first... Ravenpaw is more HHH. I'm going to ask you about that next. But anyway, the connotation of some words has a big impact on names, so I've learned so far from writing my own names. When I write something like the Kindle Flames, to me, to kindle a flame kind of means to feed it more fuel, in a way, to, you know, increase the flame. And flame, in my eyes, is a more powerful word. So when I say Kindle Flames, kind of means like the helpers of the world, or maybe just the hope of the world. And when I hear a name like Ravenpaw, well, Raven has a kind of dark connotation, you know, kind of creepy, eerie, maybe. Paw kind of sounds soft. So I think Ravenpaw is just a more complex word than Maple Shade, which does not really have any negative or positive connotations. It just is. I hate spiders and creepers because they have very good camouflage. Spiders in the dark, the only camouflage they don't have is for their eyes. You can kind of see their eyes, but they don't glow that much. And creepers, yeah, definitely creepers are quite camouflaged in some cases, especially in the jungle. In the jungle, they're nearly invisible. Also trying to get Red to read Warriors since he loves cats. Haven't asked him yet. How are you trying to get him to read a book if you haven't asked him to read a book? I'm just wondering. Seems kind of hard to convince someone to do something if you're not trying to convince someone to do something. Words. I'll get them right one day. That's exactly why. Yeah. Ravenpaw has a lot of powerful connotations to it. Maple Shade. I wonder where the author got the name Maple Shade. And that's something interesting to think about. It's something that I like to think about anyway, because since I'm writing these books now, I really need to know more about how the authors of these other books come up with these names. Like, is it just random putting words together, hoping they sound cool, or is there some thought process to it? I imagine there is, of course, but I haven't cracked the code yet. I don't know. Spiders and creepers, because they have very good camouflage. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, they do. Tails is just a random last name. Well, Tails has the same connotation as paw. But you are kind of correct. It is a bit random. Kindle Flames, as I say, is the only name that I'm really proud of because it makes sense for the characters that it entails. It's a last name, by the way, not a first name. It's a last name of a group of individuals who protect the world, the realm that I've created. That's not spoiling anything for my book, by the way. It's given away in like the first 2 pages. You should rate more names for Warriors, honestly. Warriors sounds like a very interesting series for me because Tennille, I think mainly has interested me in it. She showcases it very well. She talks about it in great depth, detail. And I really like her work so far. I've seen some animations from some other channels, and it looks like people really put their hearts into them. And when I see that sort of stuff, like the sort of Undertale kind of fan base, that's what really gets me going about something. That's how I know it's good. And I'm only talking about a specific section of the Undertale fan base. Not the stereotypical Undertale fan base. How would you rate the name Tiger Claw? The same as I would Ravenpaw. Tiger seems to have a very powerful connotation, very forceful, extroverted. And Claw symbolizes danger, so I could predict Tiger Claw as being kind of a leader character, maybe. A villain of some sort, possibly. Yeah, Tennille is awesome. It looks like we've almost completely explored this cave. Now, which is the way out? Not up there. Is it up there? No. It's up here. For anyone tuning in and wondering what we're doing here, talking about a whole bunch of random stuff, this is an everyday Minecraft stream, due every day at 6 p.m. all the way to 7 p.m. EST, Eastern Standard Time. We just simply talk about anything you guys want to bring up, and I'll try to be as open-minded about it as possible. And not lie. I don't like lying, just to attract viewers. That rubs me the wrong way. I see some streamers, you know, they get someone coming in like, oh, I love this series, and the YouTuber just automatically says, oh yeah, man, that's the best series in the world. It's pretty obvious he or she is lying. It's just a bit cringeworthy. Very ambitious and mysterious character in Warriors. Mysterious, really? Okay. I guess I have to hone my name rating skills then. the Minecraft world. So peaceful. Oh, I already have torches. What am I doing? I'm sorry, Piggies, it's time to die. I don't want to spoil the series for you. No, yeah, I would appreciate it if you didn't, because I am thinking about getting into it. And I'd like to, you know, not have that happen. But I mean, if you want to talk about some factors of it, I have nothing against that. Like, if you wanted to talk about some story elements, what you personally enjoy out of it. And the reason I ask what you get out of it is because I've noticed a lot of people get a lot of different emotions and feelings out of the same piece of work. You know, literature, writing, a movie. Would you mind telling Red about the series too? Why do you want me to do that? Seems like you'd be better equipped to do it. I haven't read the books at all. I mean, you're the one who has all the experience. I mean, sure, I'll tell him that you recommended it, if that's what you're talking about, but I have no idea what the series is about. I know it's about cats, but that's about it. But anyway, the reason I say that is because my father and I recently watched this movie called Dunkirk. It was a very good movie, very well thought out, it did a good job at showcasing what happened at the start of World War II when the Germans were pushing up on, well, Dunkirk. I believe it was an island, or maybe it was a coast. But it was both my father and I thought it was an amazingly done movie. The actors, they didn't put too much effort into the story, they just really did a lot on, you know, how the soldiers would be feeling during times like that, what would be going on in the back, the scenes, behind the scenes. But some critic from Colorado, where Paul lives, and I heard about this because Paul's father talked to my father, said that the movie did a good job showcasing how it was all like the French fault for the horrors at Dunkirk. How it was, like, I don't know, the English fault. And you know, both me and my father, we had very similar reactions to this. Like, no, that's not true. That's not what the movie was about. It was showing what happened at Dunkirk. And the funny thing is, I cannot figure out, for the life of me, where that critic would have gotten the idea that that was the point of the movie, that was the plot, because it wasn't. It really wasn't. Like, there was barely any story. It was just telling us an already written story, basically. Like, Dunkirk wasn't anyone's fault but the Germans who were attacking. I mean, the French were just trying to escape with the English at that time. So, that's the only reason I ask, because it'll be interesting to see what you think of it. And to talk to you about it, because I would have loved to talk to the critic and just ask, you know, like, how do you figure that? Like, did I miss something? Like, how did you come to that conclusion? Because that's pretty far off from what I was thinking. I just enjoy the creativity in wars. salty and quick to anger. There's a character named Sandstorm. That's pretty funny. Creativity, though. That sounds quite interesting. Expresses what characters look like. For example, crooked jaw. He, of course, has a broken jaw, as one would expect, naturally. Do the Warriors books ever give any, like, pictures of these characters? In Harry Potter, in that series, that between chapters would give little pictures of what basically is happening during the chapter, which were cute little illustrations. Sorry about that, that's my phone. Meant to turn it off, but of course I didn't. Trust me, there are worse names, like Egg, Billy Storm, etc. Billy Storm. What, is that like a magical cat who makes billies rain from the sky onto his enemies? Oh god, that sounds pure... like, just pure horror right there. Billy Storm. Billy casts Billy Storm. I'm sorry, I don't mean to tease. Hello, Bobbert. No, there are no pictures. It just describes them and the fandom draws their designs. That's nice. I always wondered where the pictures in Harry Potter came from. You know, if JK drew them, or if some of her friends drew them for her. So the fandom will never forget the name Twig Branch. Oh no, did they just draw a twig with a little leaf on it? Just a single leaf? Oh no, that's horrible. And I bet they even drew a little sad face on one of the ends too. Just a little twig. Oh, that's horrible. Again, don't mean to tease, but of course I do. I'm gonna ask, who is Bobbert? That was a random name I came up with 2 seconds ago to describe the zombie pigman who had rudely entered my home through the portal. That's who Bobbert is. Can't believe you haven't heard of Bobbert. Where's my shears? Where'd my shears go? Why? There they are. Almost broken. The errands are running out of names! Sounds like it. Twig Branch. No, Twig Branch actually sounds more like a Pokemon. Oh god, poor Pokemon. You know, if Warriors is running out of the names, it's nowhere near as close to how Pokemon is feeling. I heard they made like a new Pokemon that was literally just an ice cream cone or something. An ice cream cone, really. And it was, you know, it was just that. It was an ice cream cone with a little face. I saw one picture of it, and I'm fairly sure it was a meme. I hope it was a meme, because it was just an ice cream cone with a face. It was horrifying for one thing, and for another thing, it didn't make a shred of sense. Like, I understand the game is kind of targeted at kids, but an ice cream cone? with a face. Okay. I used to like Pokemon. Hello, creeper. Do not want you blowing up my sign or my bed. Billy Storm. There's a Minecraft song called Hagstrom, which kind of reminds me of Billy Storm. Maybe Billy Storm is like a parody to Hagstrom. Oh my god, so many creepers. I'm just gonna shoot you in the face. I don't want to risk blowing up the machine. So carefully constructed by Malatide himself. Thank you, Malatide. Malatide plays MC, aka nothing. I love that. Also known as name. We haven't gotten to play a game of the construction contest in a while now. That's too bad. Black wool. Alright, see you in a bit, Ravenpaw. Let's go see if we have a librarian. Oh, I'd love it if we had a librarian. Librarian, come on, come on. Aww. Well, we got a farmer. Is this a farmer? Are you a Hello? Oh, there we go. Shepherd. Oh. Oh yeah, we already talked to you. Okay. Emeralds, please. Thank you. 2 clerics. 39 and 40. Oh, that's pretty horrible right there. Then again, we are literally trading garbage for emeralds. Literally pieces of trash for rare gems. So I suppose I can't really complain. $3 diamonds for an emerald. What? Does anyone here watch meme review? Sorry to say that I don't, Ravenpaw. I'm just not that into memes myself. Okay, it's time to get to work on the villager farm. We have enough iron, and I'm honestly... I'd just rather do it now. Because I like trains. Let's see. Okay, guys, put it to a vote. Bonk, bonk. That was a court hammer, if you couldn't guess. Anyway, put voting time. Which material would you like this train track to be made out of? Should it be polished andesite, stone brick, or some other type of wood? If you don't decide, in the next 30 seconds, I'll just make it out of whatever the heck I choose. You're not on a time limit. I just feel it's better to have some interaction here. There isn't much else interaction we can do. Besides talking, of course. I love talking. That's the entire point of this live stream. But I mean you guys interacting with the game. So I guess I have nothing else to say about warriors. I'm sure you'll think of something, and when you do... Well, actually, I'll take that back. It'll be more fun to talk about warriors when we've both read the series. When I've read the series. It'll be quite a bit more entertaining of a conversation. Polish andesite? However you spell it. It's andesite, but you were close. Andesite it is. Andesite. I almost like that pronunciation better. Okay, so how can I make this look good with andesite? I suppose... Well, I don't want to run it against the ground, because I feel like mobs would abuse the villagers as they were in transit, so perhaps we can have it up on fences. Maybe that wouldn't look too bad. I don't know how fences could look that bad. Famous last words, but all the same. So long as I'm not an idiot. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Don't really care about my grammar. I spelled grammar wrong on purpose. Oh, don't worry. When I make jokes about grammar, I too enjoy spelling it wrong. It adds something to the joke, I suppose. Should I have this flush with the wall, or... No, I'll have it slightly further away from the wall. Feels like a better idea. Is that a safe link, or is that a cancer link? No. I need you to approve this video. Oh, very well.
Ian? What are you doing?
I'm making holy water.
How is that making holy water?
I'm boiling the hell out of it.
Classic. That is classic right there. Oh, I love those kind of jokes. I do enjoy them. Especially with the Seinfeld music. It just makes it all the more original. No, not original. Just classy, I suppose. Oh god, I went back to the YouTube live screen. It's loading all of everyone's messages again for some reason. Very slowly, might I add. It's gonna take like 5 years to get back to where we were. Oh, there we go. We're back. Approved, I guess. Oh. Yeah, sure, I approve it. I don't know what I'm approving it for. I guess approved for all audiences. There you go. Oh, that looks funny. You know, that was one of the projects, that little waterfall. I said I'd fix it, but I never got around to fixing it. Bad on me for that one, but there's a lot of things that I should be ashamed of. Uh-oh, that's some lag. Lag. Blurg. That's a different link I noticed, and it's not a Rickroll. So I might just end up clicking on it. Oh, I think I know why the Wi-Fi just got so terrible for like 1 second. It's because I had to load all those darn messages again. That probably put a lot of stress on my bandwidth. Though I don't know how much, you know, loading messages could really... Then again, my internet is truly horrible, so I wouldn't put it past it. And a sight. And a sight. Yum, yum, yum. I have a jar of tomatoes. Ravenpaw, the way you spelled that, it kind of looks like you're saying I have a jar of tomato is. You know, just throwing it out there. I'm not kidding, actually. It does look like I have a jar of tomato is. But in the end, I am just kidding. Oh, am I really out of gold? I'm really out of gold. Oh, never mind. I am not out of gold. Hello to Paul Marshall. Did the concert go well, by the way, yesterday? You did not message me over Skype. I'm actually curious. How did it go, my friends? What did I... Oh, whatever. Oh yeah, the rails. Welcome to the stream. It's good to see you on. You haven't been on in a while. We were just talking about some random things as usual. How's this doing? Oh, just brilliant. I was just teasing Ravenpaw about her grammar again. Tee-hee. A jar of tomato is. I would buy it. But you don't know what the tomato is, Ravenpaw. The tomato could be a cucumber. Then you would be buying a jar of cucumbers. Like, oh my god, the tomato could just be raw salmon. Ravenpaw, you could be just buying a jar of fish. Do you really want that? No, I don't think you do. Well, maybe you do. I have no idea. But I wouldn't. That would stink to high heaven. It would smell horrible. The concert was perfectly fine considering I only practiced for... You only practiced for 4 hours, Paul? Paul, before I went to my first piano concert, I practiced for hours on my grandma's keyboard. Every song again and again. You're saying you've only practiced for... Oh, I have nothing against it. I'm just, you know, if it works for you, then it works for you. But I'm just saying... You'd have much better luck if you practice just a bit longer. Oh, an argument has started. The Paul and the Ravenpaw, 1v1. Oh, we need some action music for this, actually. Guys, hold that thought. I need to load up some action music real quick. Actually, no, keep going. The action music will come in as you're going. Let's see, what action... Oh. We need some of this. Well, I'm sorry to say, Ravenpaw, but it looks you gave up too early, man. You gave him too much room to work with. He just ran circles around you, and it was a massacre. I'm so sorry, Ravenpaw, to put you through that. Oh, it's still going. You want me to turn the music back on? If you're still going, then by all means, I'll put more music on. I love that stuff. Oh, this boar tree is gonna have to get decimated. I think we can do without the music, actually. Almost there. I'd like to finish this project before we end the stream. For credit, he really knows how to win an argument. He's been practicing with me for like half of his life, Ravenpaw. He's got experience. You know, to be honest, I wasn't even reading what he said during that argument. I was just listening to the music and typing randomly in chat. So, I'll probably read it later. No offense, Paul, but, you know, it wasn't really interesting, an argument about tomatoes. I just wanted an excuse to turn on the music, so, yeah. Hope you don't take offense to that. Also, why was it about tomatoes? I thought it was about a jar that could contain anything. I mean, we really kind of lost sight of what we were arguing about there. No, no one wins, Paul. No one wins today in the argument about a jar that could contain anything. When I'm in an argument, I just say random things. You know, that doesn't tend to win arguments, but if it works for you, then by all means. That's usually what Paul does anyway, so... yeah. I think Paul just had more randomness on his mind when this got started up, so I'm pretty sure that's how he won Ravenpaw. I'm just gonna take a bit of this. Oh. Oh, get out of here. Oh god, clicked off the screen. Okay, villagers, I do not appreciate how close you are to this exit. Oh, there we go. And with that, I think that is where we shall wrap up the stream for today, guys. Very fun stream as always. I'm happy so many people tuned in this time. It always makes my day when a lot of people tune in to just hear the random hell that is happening. I really want to place this lever down before I end it. It's like an addiction. I can't stop myself until I've fully completed this project. There we go. So, thank you all for watching. I'll be doing this 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every day, of course. Hope to see you guys again, and goodbye. I really kind of butchered that last part, didn't I?